Today I'm going to be talking about net neutrality in Canada, but first, my name is Steve Smith. This is TQA Weekly. On April 20th, 2017, the CRTC made a landmark decision, counter to that of the FCC, by the way, in the United States, that actually indicated to all of the ISPs that net neutrality shall stand as is, and that is the status quo of the dumb pipe, which we currently have. But what does this mean for Canadians and all those in other countries that continue to have this philosophy that net neutrality is important and must be retained in this way? First, I've talked about net neutrality before. I even have an experiment that I talked about that you can do for yourself with your own router that explains to you why net neutrality is important. Net neutrality is immensely important to the way the internet works, how we communicate, competition, and the free exchange of ideas. The internet as is responsible for the creation of self-sustaining economic change in all the places that it currently exists. It allows for job creation, ease of communication, and the exchange of world news across the planet. It is considered a fundamental right and one of the many ways that companies and governments work these days. It is vital to the functioning of society and our interaction with organizations and businesses. It is no surprise, by the way, that people are willing to fight big telecom to preserve the internet as is. And while big telecom may continue to try fighting us to break with tradition, we need to keep this good fight going. The decision taken by the CRTC and other governments around the world are but temporary, and every individual must continue being vigilant as businesses attempt to pry open our wallets and destroy competition. And once we lose choice, it is lost forever. If you're currently in a country like the United States where net neutrality is currently being destroyed, you must fight the waves and protect your ability to communicate freely, to have competition, choice, and much more that is important. Because when the internet is broken, you won't be able to do any of that. And the results can be very detrimental to the economic exchange of the surrounding area. You don't need to go very far to understand just how important this kind of net neutrality is for everything. All you have to do is Google internet access and economic growth for yourself or any similar query. This should prove it to yourself, and I and many other people know this is right. The internet as it is enables a better world, a smarter world, a connected world, and a world where gender, race, color, orientation, etc. don't mean anything anymore, where everyone ends up being equal. Eventually, everyone will be accepted and everyone could benefit positively, and all of the economic positives of such a world. If you think this is wrong, you are on the same side of big telecom. Net neutrality is how we got the internet of today. If you think that was an error, then you are very short-sighted to what the consequences would be of changing such a paradigm as it is. Like this episode if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, share with those that you think can benefit from this, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions for topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com or go to my website, tqaweekly.com. And if you want to make the show better, go to patreon.com/tqaweekly and become a patron today. Patrons get these episodes 24 hours in advance. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.